I'm standing at the edge of the doggy daycare yard. This is the exercise yard that we use for doggy daycare. And we're planning on making this a real gate. And then the dogs can go through this way. And around the pool. My fence line for the exercise yard over here is about 300 feet from the property line to my next door neighbor, whose house is over there. I mean, if you look really hard, you could see there's a piece of his house. He has 10 acres. I have a little over 11 that goes back that way. This is my property too, back here. When the dogs spend the night, they spend it in the house. And this is the yard that they come out and go to the bathroom in. It's not 200 feet from the cornfield. You have a letter from those people saying they don't care. And this little yard I use for boarding sometimes. Currently, it has 2 little chihuahuas. And yes, it does. The owner says they're a little bit feral. She said if they get out, you'll never catch them. So this is why we keep them here instead of playing in the others. They're perfectly friendly, but they just don't like to be touched. No, we don't. And anyway, the dogs will come in here and go around through the yard. I have that up so the daycare dogs don't run into the house during the day. And we're also planning on putting a little gate back here. This is the boarding yard, but the exercise yard's out here. We can actually, it's double fenced from the boarding yards. When they're exercising out here, somebody's always with them. And there's a little run there. I'm going to change that to a gate so they can run around through the backyard. So from this fence line here to the house across the street, which wasn't there 13 years ago, but 4 years ago they built there. And it's from this fence line over to his house is about 450 feet, because he said he built 225 feet back from his property line, and 200 feet from our property line is where that outhouse is, over to there. But we brought it back here just because it's easier to cut across and looks a little more aesthetic. The dogs play back here and can run through there and around, so we have ample room. Even though we lost this much space, we put the fencing up to help keep the sound barrier, and the dogs don't see things out there because they're not out there anymore anyway. They don't see things, so they have no reason to bark that direction.